Nobody's here yet. I'm wondering if I'm on... Oh, look, I'm on both places. Magic. Thank goodness. I swear, technology. 2 people on Facebook. Woo woo. Good morning. All right. I like this. This actually breaks down who is where. It just still doesn't tell me Facebook people's names, but, whatever. Good morning. All right. When we get more people, we're going to run a little test. Oh, wait. Let me bring this closer to me. How's that? Hi, Jenny. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Oh, my goodness. I feel tired. I'm sorry. I'm always tired. I actually have an appointment with the endocrinologist coming up. I had one about a month ago, and they said my blood work looked great. But I would say in the last 2 weeks, I don't nap, but I've had to lie down just for a little bit. Good morning, Elizabeth. Because I've been so tired. And so I'm beginning to wonder if maybe I need a little adjustment in there. It's so hard to figure out. Wow. All right, here we are. Good morning. We've got Cindy and Mary and Yvonne and Bridget. Good morning. Good morning. Robin, I owe you a PM. It's in my head. I just haven't put it in my fingers yet. It's just been ridiculous. Good morning. All right, what was I going to do? Oh. I have quite a few things to go over today. We have a new pattern. And a big sale. And, all right, so we have people. Oh, wow. So, I don't know if you know this, but there's nobody home. Nobody. Just me and the dog. It's amazing. Sorry, Robin. So, I'm going to overshare just because that's what I'm good at. Making people feel uncomfortable. My husband has this joke. I call it a freak flag. He just says that, he calls it the crazy. But I just put all the crazy out there in the hopes that a few people come back and are okay with it because I haven't got time for the niceties of, empty conversation. What do you call that? Small talk. So, yeah. A couple weeks ago, I was having a really rough week. It's about 2 weeks ago, maybe. And I was just in a funk. I haven't gotten an October pattern out. I like to say spinning my wheels, but in reality, it was like a light version of just depression. There's just no way to beat around that bush. And I think that I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV. But if I had to guess that the levels of anxiety and depression are at an all-time high because of COVID and our situations and everything else. And so I was struggling, and I wasn't I get depressed in February. That's when, February is just a rough month. You bought 14 patterns. Oh, Cindy. Okay, sorry. That caught my attention, Oh, I don't like that I'm frozen here, so I'm going to close that. That frightens me. Oh, and I'm frozen on Facebook with my eyes closed. What is wrong with the world today? Maybe I said the D word, and they're like, come on. Oh, there I go. I am on Ethernet, and so I can't even blame Wi-Fi. But Ecamm Live is killing me. Do you hear me, Ecamm? Maybe if I go... I'm frozen on my own screen. What does that even mean? Well, there's comments still coming in. All right. So, that's what it was. It took me a while. It was not bad enough to where I was I need to go see someone. But it was just this malaise that wouldn't go away. I remember reading this book a really long time ago, and he was like, I was just wearing malaise as a hat. And it is. I mean, I couldn't focus on anything. It was like this low-grade headache. Can hear you, but video is frozen. My face, I don't even think I'm making a good face either. Can I be honest? There you go, Debbie. Interesting. Audio is fine, though, so I'll just keep talking and wonder what's going on with my camera. I like a good beer buzz early in the morning. Man, there have been some days. So anyway, I was struggling with that. My husband actually took the kids to his parents' cabin for the weekend, and so it was just me alone with my 12-year-old because she struggles. Anyways, and I was fine. I was getting a little bit done, not a ton, but I was able to like get a few things knocked off my list. And a very serious expression. And then Sunday night rolled around, and it was actually Columbus Day weekend, or yeah, that's what the schools call it. Oh, Dixie, I bet you're totally right. I bet you're right. My sister would agree with you. Anywho, I wonder if there's something I can do for eCam that would make it kind of come to life. But unfortunately, other than disconnecting and reconnecting, I'm not sure what I can do. Yeah, hopefully it's recording, and so when I don't even know. Frustrating. So I realized on Sunday night, the kids didn't have school on Monday or Tuesday. And I realized on Sunday night that all of a sudden my whole mood was just, it just tanked. And I don't want to get into like whether or not you should send your kids back to school or whether or not it's even safe, because I definitely don't feel like it's the safest choice. And we're all different and we all come from different areas. But at the time, I had all of my kids but one, the one that's away at boarding school, at home with me. One I was homeschooling, 3 were virtual schooling, and 1 was a preschooler. I couldn't do it anymore. I used to homeschool. I did not have a company to run when I homeschooled. Yeah, that ship has sailed. And so I realized that like I was just done. And in my county here in Georgia, Wednesday was the first day that they were going back full time to face. And the twins had been asking. They were really eager to go back because I noticed that in math class, especially, I had to sit out at the table with everybody to just make sure they sat there and focused on their computers. And it was to where like I couldn't even think about work until after 2:00 in the afternoon. And at that point, my poor preschooler hadn't been outside, had been staring at an iPad or whatever else, like barely getting off electronics. I'm exaggerating, but still, not really. And I'm so frustrated. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Katie. It must be something to do with eCam. No. Well, we have 2 options. I'm only 8 minutes into this, so I can disconnect and then just go live right again, and we can try that. Let me know if you want to try that or if I should just keep talking. But I don't see the point in like, you can't see my face. I got things to show you. All right, you know what? We're going to try it. I might have to reload eCam, like turn it off and then turn it back on again, because now, yeah. All right, I'm going to stop it and then restart it. It should just pop up again and in your feed. Give me 1 minute. Oh, hi. Lord, thank goodness I wasn't picking my nose or something. All right, so let's see if this works this time. Oh my goodness. Let's see if it's working. Well, it's working on Facebook at least. It is not working on, it is working on YouTube. Maybe? Goodness. Hi. Okay, I'm moving. Hello there. I'm going to turn off that. It seems like a bad juju. Okay. Whew. Anywho. So, right after Columbus Day, twins were begging to go back. We were like, no. We haven't let them do any sports this fall. We have done nothing. And finally, we not only went back, but we went back with gusto. It was like, once I made one decision and the weight was lifted off my shoulders, I made like 10 more decisions in a row. Are they the best decisions now that it looks like we're facing an uptick in cases? No idea. Was it the best decision for my mental health? Yes. And Mary, I actually use OBS through Restream. I barely know what I'm talking about, but it's another program similar to that. And so dinner on Tuesday night, everybody's back from my in-laws property. I look at the twins, I'm like, you're going back to school tomorrow. And they're like, wow. And Kellen was like, please don't send me, because his best friend was not going. And I talked to his mom, the best friend's mom, and she was like, I'm not going till the end of the year. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And Jeff looked at me and he's like, bud, you got to go too. And Kellen got upset. And then, it was just one of those moments. I'm like, look, I just need you to try it. If it's terrible, we can always figure this out later. And so on Wednesday, the three of them went back and they all got off. Like, we even had them, actually on Wednesday, we picked them up at school because everybody's like, oh, the bus isn't safe. We're going to pick you up at school. Well, the line at the school was like 40 minutes long. And the twins were like, we'd be home by now because we're the first stop. But Kellen was the first one to be like, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was. I made new friends. This is great. And I'm like, thank you. And so that was the three of them. They went through the first week. They're on their second week now. They're so much happier. I'm a little happier. It's a lot. I mean, all that first of the year paperwork and everything. But it's just so tough. Good morning, Amanda. And then my 12-year-old, I called the preschool for Stella and they were full. The one that we've been to since the twins were 2. And she was like, well, we might be opening up a new one, everything else. And Pam, that was actually what I was concerned about. Pam said it's a hard decision in general. Yes, it is. We've decided to keep my daughter home until at least after Christmas. Unfortunately, her teacher is going back to campus, so she'll have to switch to another class. The twins were the last 2 kids in their class to remain virtual. And I knew that the teacher, she was going to do it. She was going to teach both virtually and in person, which seems a struggle. But I also suspected that after the new year, they would put all the virtual kids in the virtual academy for Fulton County. And then they wouldn't have any access to friends. And it just it was just such a hard decision. And so no judgment, regardless of what you choose, make sure it's the right choice for you, because I struggled with the decision. And one thing that I know this much to be true, I make decisions. I am not a waffler. I may or may not make a pro and con list, but I make decisions and then I move on. I can't waffle. I'm not a waffler. I like to make decisions and then live with the consequences, pros and cons, whatever it is. At least I'm moving forward, because even a bad decision, you're still making, as long as you're not making several bad decisions in a row, right? We don't get a choice in the UK. That's interesting. And I think if you had asked Callan last year, he has to be homeschooled every day last year through March. And then March to the end of the year was but he's loving it. He's talking about new friends that he has now and everything else. I mean, it was really just the number of kids that I was trying to do, 3 different grades plus preschool and run a business. And it's just a lot. I like being alone. Oh, Allison, I'm sorry, but you made it. I had to restart, so you missed all of that. Oh, Yvonne, I got to rip that Band-Aid off. My husband is not that way. So we kind of ground each other, but I kind of lose my mind and he kind of loses his mind because it's just different. You waffle on waffles. No, rip it off, move on, readjust. Can't handle it. So, long story short, today is Stella's first day at preschool. We found a new preschool about the same distance from the house. And yeah, today's her first day. Jeff took her. That's my husband. And then the 12-year-old is actually taking a tour of the middle school today as well. Lori, I can't even imagine being a teacher this year. The teachers I know are stressed out of their minds. It's just so much. So anyway, as of tomorrow, everybody will be in school. Stella's not there every day. I think it's 4 days a week. But still, on Mondays, Stella and I will be alone and we'll get to do fun toddler things again or preschooler things again. It'll be great. I'm a little teary-eyed. I mean, these decisions are impossible. And I mean, that's why we waffled for so long. And my husband was awesome. He's like, ultimately, it's up to you because he's upstairs in an office and may come down for lunch if he remembers. But a lot of times we don't see a lot of him during the day. And the kids aren't going up there to ask him for anything. So, moving right along. Good morning. I'm in a house alone with just my dog. And I have the Ruby Peacoat to share with you today. So, that is exciting. I'm going to move this over here so I can show some pictures to you. So, the Ruby Peacoat. This is... Oh, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. This is our first pattern that's not going to be $9.95. We have never adjusted our prices for inflation or anything of the sort. My husband asked me if I was ever going to do that, and I don't know enough about inflation to know the answer. I feel like I live in a cave. But the Ruby Peacoat is awesome! And it's one of those things that even if you're not going to school or going to work, you still need a coat, right? Hopefully you're going outside a little bit for that vitamin D. So it comes in mid-thigh or knee length. It can be made with wovens or knits. The unlined version is just for knits, and the lined version is for woven or knits. It's our size range of extra, extra small to 5XL. There are 3 front closure options. Traditional buttons, button and loop, or toggles. 3 pocket options, side seam, patch, or welt. Good grief, I'm overwhelmed already. 2 neck finishes, a 3-piece hood. I'm partial to the 3-piece hood, or an oversized collar, which is nice for keeping your neck warm, right? Instructions for fitting and videos for the tricky steps. There are 3 videos included in this. So, I'm going to share some pictures because it's awesome. Let's make sure I get these pulled up. Share my screen. Here we go. Move that out of the way. Here's the lovely Joan. Joan, I don't even think this was your final version, but I loved the colors. It was definitely a little Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat going on there. I love it. This is actually part of a series. Oh, I love pictures where people are smiling and laughing. So this is the welt pocket. The steps through this. It has a lining that's not visible, like it's inset enough so that you don't, like, the lining's not falling out. You know what I mean? Like sometimes on side seam pockets, the lining is like right there in your face. I love the way she constructed these pockets, Rochelle. I love the way Rochelle constructed these pockets. So that's a little sneak peek of the pocket. Oh, I have one more to share in that series. Here it is. Hold on. This is a little close-up for the buttons. This is the unlined version. You're going to want to choose a stable knit for the unlined version. Sorry, I'm struggling to keep up with comments and show you the photos at the same time, so I apologize if I've missed something. Hopefully somebody will answer your questions. You can make it in a super classy, this looks almost like a tweed or something. It is faced, yeah. Thank you for answering that. I love the different linings that some of the testers made. They're just so pretty. Somebody's correcting me. Oh, okay. Oop. Sorry. We've got super classy with the plaid here. This shows the mid-thigh and the knee length, which is just awesome. I love it so much. And look at that lining. Gorgeous. So, go check it out. Now, one thing you'll need to know. This price will be, I believe it's going to be $12.95. We've gone back and forth after the sale. So the sale will run through next Sunday. I don't know that date because my brain is not hurting. Is not hurting. That's amazing. October 25th. So it's on sale through October 5th. But the sale price is $9.99. Why is it $9.99? Because we wanted to make it to where you could, if I marked it on sale, if you know me, I struggle with technology. Let me be honest. Let me pull this up so you can see my face again. If I marked it on sale on the website, then you couldn't even use it in our sale that's going on right now, the buy one, get one free sale. It wouldn't even count as the paid pattern. And so we made it $9.95, that 4 cents extra than a regular price pattern so that it would always be the paid pattern. And does that make sense? But you still get one free. Hello. October 5th. Wait, I said the wrong date. October 25th. Sorry, Galen. So it should be, hopefully. Hopefully we figured it out. I went back and forth with my website administrator who speaks an entirely different language than me, as in he speaks English, but he says words and I hear something else, and then I say words and he hears something else. And I went to technical school. Like, I don't know what happened to me. Oh my gosh. It's amazing though. Anywho, moving right along. I think my comments have frozen. There it goes. So it should be part of the sale. As in you should be able to buy the jacket and get one free. How about that? Ooh, Jessica, that's going to be beautiful. And that's the thing. That's why we wanted to make it available for wovens too, because I always see these great wovens that would be amazing. But this seems not to be for beginners. We are calling it an intermediate pattern. Now, that being said, I am a huge believer. If you are an adventurous beginner, you put on some pants and get going. I mean, we have the videos there for you. If you trust the tutorial and step-by-step it out, ask questions when you have them, I think it's going to be amazing. Aw, Valerie says, Rochelle's drafting and instructions are spot on. The lined wool version with welt pockets was for sure a never stop growing adventure. That makes my heart so happy. Yvonne, I'm pretty sure that it is. Hopefully. Yes. Good. All right. Yay, Lindsay. I'm glad you can make it. You missed me talking too much about my personal life. I got to see Revi on Sunday, speaking of personal life. Revi is my oldest. She's the one that's away at boarding school, and she called last week. I was supposed to go up next weekend, and she called, and she's like, can you come? And she's fine. She's doing great. She just missed her mama. And she asked me to come alone so that I could just spend some time with just her. And it was, I think that's why I'm tired right now, right? Because it's about 4.5 hours to get to the school. And I left at 7 a.m. and got there, was able to spend about 4.5 hours with her, and then headed back 4.5 hours. And we went on a hike, and it was beautiful fall colors, and I couldn't hug her because we're trying to do the whole social distance but still visit so that their boarding school bubble is safe. And I told her, I warned her, I was like, when you get home, I'm just going to lay on you for like a week. You're not going to be able to move. You're going to be like, I got to get up. Nope, I'm just going to have to lay like broccoli. But I'm very excited. Good morning, Jenny. I had a little tech snafu, and I had to restart the whole thing. My restreaming program broke down. The back on the knee length could be split to the bum to make a riding coat. Wow. That is, Jennifer, I love your spirit. That is just awesome. It does have a pleat in it. So, I mean, I think you could make it a lot higher. That's definitely something you would want a muslin. Okay, so I've already talked about this a little bit. The buy one, get one free pattern. We had a couple of reports of, I put 2 patterns in my cart and it didn't take it off. And then when I tried to say, what 2 patterns did you put in there? Because there are definitely times with the website where I mismark something, or I mark something as a bundle and it's just a women's pattern or whatever. Or I make it a featured pattern, which used to put on the, anyway. And so if that happens to you, just post in the Facebook group and let us know, which 2 patterns so I can go in and check. But everybody that's happened to, I think it's been 3 different posts that I've seen. If they've reloaded, it showed up. I don't know. My website loves to hate me. There you go. Oh, man. Heidi made 4 rubies. That's amazing. That's so funny. When we drive 4.5 hours, we'll be across the country and back. Where is that? Oh, it really did do my heart good to see her. My husband was very jealous. Lindy, it's like that ache, right? It's just a constant ache. Like I am completely at peace that she is in the right place. It is the happiest I've probably ever seen her. But that constant ache, it's for real. And I don't think she's coming back. Like she'll be back at Thanksgiving, that sort of thing. But she already said, she's like, I definitely want to come back next year. And then she wants to find a scholarship to go to high school somewhere. And I'm like, I'm not surprised. That is 100% her personality. She just has this adventurous spirit. Actually, I was reading this book and it was about a boy searching for like the great what if. And that's totally her. Like she just needs the experiences. I think if anybody walked up to her and been like, let's go study in New Zealand for a semester, she'd be like, high five, let's go, and live on beans and rice and be perfectly happy. All right. Oh, my mom is actually trying to make a quilted coat right now. I should have had her make this one. But she's quilting this beautiful paisley fabric she found at Joann, I think. Hello, Sarah. My daughter's calling me. Sorry. So Jenny and my husband are at... I'm going to answer because now my husband's calling. I'm in the middle of my live show. No, thank you. I thought it was like a middle school emergency. He was asking if I wanted anything from Starbucks. Sorry, I answered the phone on that one. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Heidi, we are staring at little Stella, and I see Revy and her so much. I call them my bookends because it's the oldest and the youngest, and they're so similar. And my heart is just like, stop, don't break. It's just so funny. Okay, bingo winners. I did bingo every day of when I was live, when the family cart was open. Oh, those sentences didn't make sense. I'm trying to get to the winner over here. Oh my goodness. So, okay, here we go. Bingo winners. These 5 winners all won a $10 gift card, and then we had a grand prize winner. And they were all chosen randomly. Okay. Bingo, Aaron Krill, Kristen Quinn, Jen Nugent, Mary Marine, and Brenda Depew. Hopefully I didn't butcher your names. And then the $50 grand prize winner was Yvonne Kolach. Oh, I mispronounced your name. Kolichi. Oh, I'll remember it one day, Yvonne. But I know who you are. And I know, you know where to find me. So congratulations. That's very exciting. I'm sorry it took me so long to remember to tell you who won. And then last week's Tipsy Tuesday winner was Lorraine Balla. If you guys could send a PM to Laura. Laura, I don't know why I can never remember how people should contact you. But, oh, yay. Congrats, Brenda. So I'm glad I got those all named. That was awesome. All right, remember the buy one, get one free pattern sale. It lasts through October 31st. And then the week of November 1st, we start our holiday tutorials, our free holiday tutorials. We've got some awesome stuff planned for you. But don't forget about the Joe and the Josephine sew-along. We have that coming up October 26th through the 30th. Wow, my brain. Yes, 26th through the 30th. So that's next week. There's still time. Order your fabric. This one, oh, who is this one? I'm drawing a blank and nobody's going to tell me. I should know the answer to this, but my brain stopped working. I'm just going to sing a little song until I can figure it out. Why can't I remember anything? Usually I write everything down so I don't have to remember anything. The Fab Clique. Sorry, D. This one is sponsored by the Fab Clique Fabric Shop. So a random winner will be chosen for a $40 gift card to the Fab Clique Fabric Shop. Whew, did you enjoy my song? So that starts October 26th through the 30th. Laura's been working hard on all those videos. As you know, the Joe and the Josephine have tons of options. The Kids Joe pattern is truly good for boys or girls. My son loves that crossover neck option on the kids version. Well, both versions have it. I love it too. So I'm glad I can entertain you guys. I always sing a little song. My kids are like, oh my goodness. And I love to change the words, or like, oh, here's something that like drives my kids and my husband nuts. Whenever they walk up to me and they'll go, I can't believe I'm sharing this. They'll go, question. And I'll go, tell me what you think about me. And they just like, it's so old now that it's not funny anymore, but it's still funny to me. So I actually have a confession to make. Somebody a while ago said, this is a weekender that I'm wearing. And this is my jam. Actually, this is from the Fab Clique Fabric Shop. This from last year. So this is a weekender that I'm wearing. And then on Sunday, I wore, oh funny, from the Fab Clique Fabric Shop also, a Josephine. In the same style, but the shoulders on the Josephine are hit maybe just a little long, but they're not drop shoulder like the weekender. Oh, I hope it didn't actually stop. Oh, it looks like it stopped on YouTube. But it's still working on my computer, so I'm going to keep talking. Anyway, but one of the main differences is the turtleneck / funnel neck. So on the weekender, it is definitely tighter. And it just depends, oh, thank you, Denny. What style you like. But now I'm kind of torn because the weekender is a pattern that I need to update. And I put this on this morning, and I usually fold it over. I don't know why, but for this one I just do. But then all of a sudden I was like, I think I like the funnel neck on the Josephine better. And so now I'm curious if when I update it, should I make this more of a turtleneck, which would mean actually like, you know, kind of leaving it a little bit, or should I make it more of a cowl turtleneck thing? At some point we run out of words. So thank you, Heidi. This is one of my favorite colors. Actually, that's why orange is a 5 out of 4 color. Because I love this color. So that is really, like, I'm working on the hoodie that I showed you last week. It's just very slow because of all the constant interruptions that have been happening. But hopefully, cross fingers, it will go super smoothly now that I have a little quiet time to focus. But yes. My hope is to finish the Leslie fleece and get that into testing sooner rather than later. Oh, but see, the problem is if I add the cowl too, the weekender already has a ton of options as well, like all of our patterns. So, Jenny, I don't think it would. I think that you would just have to make sure that the neckline was similar. See, I could go either way. But maybe I should try that. Just make the weekender with the Josephine cowl neck and see how it fits. Or at least show you how to do that, right? Okay, so that's all I have for today. I see my husband and daughter have just come back from her tour at the middle school, so I'm eager to see how it went. If you could take a moment and think about somebody in your sewing community or in your life that might need some positive thoughts, just send them some energy, say a little prayer for them. However you do it, just try and send someone a little bit of positivity, because I think a lot of people in our community are struggling right now. What percentage of and I think that I think it's just nice to take that moment. And as I see your names, like, I am definitely adding it to my inner list. And this is what I like to do while I paint. I try and think about different people and really send them some virtual hugs, however you want to word it. Anyway, take care. Remember, never stop sewing, never stop growing, and I will see you next week.